to the end of it. I mean, we all know that, and great defenses. But here's the thing, and I know Matt's a Patriots fan. Is it a sexy Super Bowl?
No.
It's not. That's I think it's a great Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a great game. But
I don't know.
The sexiness of it, I don't know, man.
I don't know if it's going to be a great game. It is 4.5.
You think Seattle's going to kill them?
Right now, yes.
I can tell by the way you said it. I mean,
now Drake May is, if he runs the football, I think that's where New England can cause Seattle some problems if he runs the football. Otherwise, I don't know how they score against Seattle. I know they got Stephon Diggs. I know
Stevenson's
the two-headed monster of Stevenson and Henderson is pretty good. Hunter Henry, okay.
But they don't have to worry about the weather. They got
to defend Seattle. I know. It's in San Francisco.
It's going to be better for their offense to have better weather.
Yeah, that weather, and of course you hear people now, oh, you got to play these conference championship games in dome stadiums. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Nope, he said that.
These are
the home field advantage, baby.
That was great. Both places.
And New England plays in that stuff anyway, even though they were in Denver.
But when that snow started coming down sideways, and Tracy Wolfson was like, okay, now I can't see because it's coming right at me, and I turn around, it's to my back, it's great. Yeah. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the
your screen working.
I get to see you now.
Yeah, I guess he forgot to admit you to the call before he left.
I guess he did. Well, how to everybody watching on YouTube, those of you listening on the podcast or listening live, we appreciate it as always. We got to get to the cards last night. We'll get to that. UK at Vandy tonight, Purdue and Indiana tonight. I know Indiana won a national championship 8 days ago, but this is a big game for the Hoosiers. They're 4-5 in the Big Ten. If they can win this game, the goal now, if you're Indiana, is get to the tournament.
Well, Purdue's lost their last two, and Indiana fans still don't know they're playing basketball.
No, they're still celebrating, man. But look, if you win this, you got a good chance of getting into the tournament. If you lose and you're 4-6 in conference, it's not getting any easier in the Big Ten. They've already played Rutgers, so that easy game is over with. And Kentucky, 5 wins in a row. They go to Vandy, who's lost 3 out of 4. And Vandy's a 6.5-point favorite tonight. Purdue is 5.5 on the road, by the way. Louisville football schedule was announced yesterday. We'll get to that. Indiana's football schedule will be announced today. Big Ten does their reveal today, so we'll get to that as well. Birthdays. Oh, I've missed you, birthdays. Great weekend of college basketball. We'll break that all down as well. We start with Duke and Louisville, though. It's the worst loss of the Pat Kelsey era, which has not been that long of an era. Let's be honest. It's only year 2. But 83-52. Now, they won on Saturday against Virginia Tech. Were you there, Tony, by the way?
No, I bailed. I just
the weather.
2:15.
You just didn't know.
At 4:15, I didn't want to walk out and find out it's going to take me 2 hours to get home.
1994, myself and my wife and Big Al the Fish and his wife walked out of the Center for the Arts on January 17th and went, oh, my God, how are we going to get home? Because while we were in the Center for the Arts watching whatever we were watching, a snowstorm hit Louisville. And I said, never again will I try to be anywhere where there's a possibility that a storm is going to hit while I'm in there, because we almost didn't make it home.
I told him the story. You called me that Martin Luther King, I believe it was a holiday. I was off, and you said, can we come to your house? We can't go to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's because they have dogs. I said, yeah, that's fine. Why do you want to come over here? And you go, well, it's snowing last night. I go, okay. And I looked
we couldn't get back shutters.
And I looked out my back window. Yeah. They were holding on to each other, taking big steps through the snow in my backyard because I don't have a fence. And I go, holy cow.
Yes, it was crazy. And we barely got back from Jacksonville. The Bellarmine Knights were the second to last plane to land on Saturday evening. We got in at 7:30. You know how you're looking out the window? I closed the window because the snow was coming down. I didn't want to see it. When we landed, I opened it up, and the runway was very snowy. I don't know how the pilot saw it.
It's all computerized.
I know it is. But I'm thank to God or whoever that we landed safely on Saturday night. Second to last plane to get in, and then they closed everything down after that. TSA, the announcement as we were walking out, if you haven't gotten through TSA for this last flight, you're not getting through because TSA is closing in 2 minutes. So everything was shutting down, but we made it back, thank goodness.
I texted John and said, "Did you get home?" And he goes, "I just walked in. It was about 9 o'clock."
Yeah, we had
Good
to wait.
for you, man.
They had a couple people left to get our luggage out, so we had to wait a long time for luggage to get on the carousel, but made it. Wife picked me up. I drove home from there. Of course, I live 3 minutes from the airport, so it worked out well for me. But back to Louisville. They beat Virginia Tech pretty easily on Saturday, and you're thinking, okay, by the way, I'm not apologizing for the Mikel Brown Jr. thing. I think if he didn't get paid more money, he still wasn't going to play. And you're not going to hear anything about this, but my people tell me he got what he wanted. Let's just put it that way. He got what he wanted, and it wasn't a better back. He just got what he wanted. Now he's playing again, played okay against Virginia Tech, but last night, a lot of them were forced. You're down, you're losing. I get it. He's been told over and over, we can't win without you. And he goes 1 for 13 last night, Tony, 1 for 7 from 3.
2 rebounds.
Now, I don't think it would have mattered had he played well.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But that was a performance that you go, uh-oh. And Louisville fans are going, uh-oh, especially on Twitter. Twitter's the uh-oh. It shouldn't be X. It should be uh-oh because it's uh-oh.
But, John,
83-52.
But we both were not thinking Duke's that good.
I sort of do now.
Defensively.
I've changed my mind.
They're really, really good on defense.
Evans is better than I thought.
Yeah.
The big guy in the middle is a defensive stopper. They've got Foster is better than I thought. So I was, I'm man enough to say it. I was wrong because when they were 10-1, I said I just don't believe in this Duke team. Well, they're 19-1 now, 8-0 in the ACC, and I kind of believe in them now. And Boozer's really, really good.
Yeah, and what kind of bothered me was in the second game they kept talking about Dabonsa, and they kept talking about Pete, and they talked about Peterson. They talked about all the best freshmen in the country, and they really didn't even bring up Boozer after he puts up 19 and 10 on Louisville. I'm like, and I know they don't always, you don't think of everybody, but they kept going over, and the kid, what's the kid at Houston, the guard?
The guy who put up 40-something the other day?
Yeah, Kingston.
I can't think of his name. I know who you're
help us, Matt.
I don't remember his name.
God, Matt, why are you here?
He had 40-something the other night.
I just still can't get over, like, you're right, they didn't talk about it a lot in the second half, but there wasn't much to talk about because it feels like they got it all out of their system in the first half. I felt like for, like, the first 10 minutes of the game, every free throw, every out of bounds, I was looking at Cam Boozer or Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, don't you get sick of that? And Carlos drives me nuts.
I did like
when they just show him sick.
You didn't like Carlos's scarf?
Oh, the scarf was cool.
Come on now.
I mean, the beard drives me nuts.
Does Kendrick Perkins cut his beer for him?
It drives me nuts.
One.
Doesn't it drive you nuts?
It looks
Kingston
fake.
Flemings. Kingston Flemings had 42 in Houston's loss at Texas Tech. So he had nearly half of the Cougars' points.
So, I mean, we kind of went back and forth right there. This is the best, one of the best freshman classes in a long, long time, man.
There were 3 players that scored 40 or more in a Division I game. Illinois, it was Keaton Wagler.
Yeah, Wagler.
The freshman at Purdue. He put up 46 points.
Because the one kid was hurt, the guard, Bostock or whatever his name. It's not that. But he didn't play in the game. Their point guard, who's one of their leading scorers. Boswell. He didn't play. So Wagler, however they say it, he put on a show. And I'm going
39 minutes, 46 points, no rebounds, 4 assists.
Well, I'm going to go with Scoot on this one. Scoot said Illinois is real. We talked about Illinois last week, and he talked about how good Illinois is. The more I watch them, the better they are, man.
Back to Duke and Louisville. Comwell had 18. Javon Hadley, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Those were the only 2 Cardinals in double figures. We mentioned Brown, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Boozer, 19 and 10. The Cards shot under 30%. Duke shot just over 50%. And rebounds, Tony, 47-26.
Offensive rebounds, too.
15 offensive rebounds. And Pat Kelsey was screaming at Sananda Frew.
Grab the ball.
I was screaming
the
at
ball.
Savannah Frew.
Were you?
I'm pretty sure he could hear me from my house.
Was he getting any help at all?
I mean, I don't. There was multiple
else?
situations in that game where
Big Z's not going to help him.
he
I'm
was putting
sorry.
in 10 times
Little
the effort Frew was in that game.
Effort, yes.
Yeah.
Talent, no.
Yeah,
Right?
he plays really hard, but size-wise, they just went over the top of him. And then Khalifa.
I mean, the starters were Brown, Conwell, Hadley, McNeely. Who's going to rebound? Hadley should. He had 5. He actually led the team with 5.
And I know McNeely ended up being 2 for 5
Khalifa
from
doesn't
3.
want to rebound.
Well, John, when you take tiny steps and you're 7 feet tall, you're not going to jump very high.
Wow.
You watch him run.
His legs are like
They
spindles.
don't bend.
They're just, yeah.
You said you saw his dad and him come
I
into
did.
that casino
The
after the
casino.
Kentucky game.
Yeah.
You said they look identical.
They look exactly like his dad's actually a little taller. But, yeah, they look exactly the same.
But here's the other thing. Louisville led with 4:30 left in the first half, 25-24.
And it was 29-28 right before halftime, and Duke scored 9 straight to go up 38-28. Yeah.
Yeah, it went off the rails, and when it went off the rails, it went quick.
And
I couldn't believe how
And this
how lopsided
happened
it was.
back at the Yum Center. They were winning at halftime at the Yum Center.
You're right.
And
And John Shire just said, "Oh, well, we just need to get Javon Hadley off of Cameron Boozer when we win the game." So they just forced him into screens over and over and over again, and then eventually you're like, "Okay, well, Ollie can't guard him. Frew's playing like crap. Let's put Zoo out there."
Well, you know what? It was worth a
it
try.
was a shot. They might as well put Will Hankey out there or
If Spencer
Well,
Legg
by the
wasn't
way-
hurt, this team would be so much better.
I know he doesn't want to. I know he doesn't want to play
Hurt
inside.
his leg.
But is Keyshawn Pryor done?
You
What's
know,
the story here with Pryor?
I was looking at him
Do
on
we
the
know anything,
sideline.
Matt? Is there any rumor?
I have heard, like, this is actually the one thing. One, I feel like half the people just don't care because he hasn't played well when he is in. And then the other half is, like, confused but not saying a word. Like, I feel like he's just not playing.
Well, we'll go to our contact Friday night.
Yeah,
John, and
I'll
we'll
find out.
We got an inside.
Louisville's now 4-4 in conference play, but they've lost to Duke twice. You
Yeah.
kind of got to take that into consideration.
You know who Duke's loss is to?
Their one loss is to, it's not a conference loss.
No. It's early in the year.
Houston?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Texas Tech's good.
They're good, man.
They just beat Houston.
I'm not a Duke fan, can't stand them, but the more they play, the better they look. And Boozer controls the game.
Clemson 7-1. Virginia, Miami, NC State 5-2. Carolina, SMU 4-3. Cards get SMU on Saturday, 2:00, ESPN. And when you look at Louisville's schedule, the next 2 games are SMU and Notre Dame at home. You got to win those 2 games.
I was thinking the same thing. I looked them up last night.
Then you go to Wake. Then you got NC State at home. So you could, in theory, you're 4-0 there in the next 4 in conference.
Yep.
Before you go to Baylor, which is a game that may or may not have meaning in the rest of this season. Because if you play well in the ACC, that Baylor game's just it's for 1 seed line maybe. Instead of being a 6, you might be a 7, or a 7, you might be a 6.
But then you got to hang around till Tuesday to play SMU.
You hang around down in Texas, yeah.
Which you know how that goes when you sit around for 2 days and do walkthroughs and shoot-arounds.
The end of the season, 3 out of 4 games are on the road. 2 of them are against opponents who are currently ranked. At Carolina, at Clemson. That's back-to-back. Monday's the big Monday game at Carolina. Then you get Syracuse at home and at Miami to finish the season. So 3 out of 4.
Miami's not bad.
Miami's not bad, but this is, look, you've lost to Duke twice. You've lost to a ranked Virginia team.
Not a bad
which
loss.
it was at
But
home.
That's the problem.
That's the problem, and you lost at Stanford, which we've seen other teams lose on when they go to these West Coast trips. By the way, Tony, the system this weekend, 1-6.
Ooh.
It didn't. I'm glad I was not in Louisville to bet. I'm glad I couldn't.
Yeah, you can't bet in Florida, can you?
Well, I don't have a. Unless I tell the bus driver, "Can you take me to the Hard Rock Casino?" No, and then take me back to cash my ticket. No, I can't bet in.
And if you take an Uber, you just you lose the game anyway because you have to pay for an Uber both ways.
And I still refuse to put all this stuff on my phone. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Talk about what happened in college basketball over the weekend. Preview Kentucky and Indiana's games tonight. Birthdays coming up as well. And the Louisville football schedule. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage on the Big X. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage. John, Tony, and Matt here on this Tuesday, the 35th anniversary of Wide Right.
I watched
Buffalo
it yesterday.
Bills, Scott Norwood,
He missed it bad.
Super Bowl, Wide Right.
I watched it. He missed it. I couldn't remember.
And that would have been.
He missed.
The Bills needed a Super Bowl win. They lost 4 straight. And Scott Norwood, God love him, and our buddy Will Wolford watching it go right from the offensive line there. But you know what?
Somebody's got to win.
Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose.
Good time, Charlie's go. I'm sorry.
So Bo Nix misses the Denver game, and they lose 10-7. Jared Stidham wasn't terrible, but the one play he made where he tried to, instead of throwing it away, he tried to just pitch it, and it went backwards, and that led to New England's only touchdown, 10-7 in that game. Seattle Rams.
Hold on, can we go back to that for a second?
Great. Cooper Kupp, by the way, beating the Rams with a touchdown.
We're sitting there in the first half. I got my son and my wife, and when Denver went for it on 4th down, I said I'm not Denver, New England. No, Denver.
Denver kicked the field goal.
They did not kick the field goal. My son's like, "Oh, you gotta go for it." I go, "Nobody's gonna score in this game.
Analytics.
You gotta kick a field goal there."
Analytics, baby.
Y'all agree or disagree?
I heard Mark Schlereth say yesterday that play itself, and not because of the weather or anything else, but just the fact that they went for it because analytics tells them to go for it. Next year, teams will now take the points because analytics it'll go backwards now. It'll be like, well, there are times early in the game, not late in the game, but early in the game where you have to.
You got to use your head
take
too.
The points.
You got to take a feel for the game.
That was a momentum killer for Denver.
Killed them
because you're up 10-0,
and that's when it wasn't snowing or anything. I mean,
and they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. And if you know it's coming, you get as many points as you can as early as you can.
And try to hold on.
And try to hang on. Because guess who did that? New England did that.
That's exactly what they did.
They held on. They threw it out of bounds on purpose on 3rd down. Have you ever seen that? You're up 3.
Well,
you roll right.
If he was open, they were going to throw it to him.
But if he's not wide open,
then they just
throw it out of bounds.
Yep.
We're going to punt, and our defense is not going to let them score.
And then New England had the punt into the wind, and the one went 33 yards, and they said that was a great punt into that wind.
Yes, yeah. What about the dude for Seattle that got the taunting?
Oh.
And then got,
if they'd have lost that
4th and 12, 15 yards. He gets torched on the next play by Puka, who scores on him. I'm surprised he went back to his own sideline.
Did you see the official before he threw the flag?
He was telling him
to
get out of here.
Shut
up and go, and he wouldn't do it.
And he kept getting closer to the bench.
He should buy every player on that team dinner for winning that game.
Yes, he should.
Because do you know what they'd be? He'd be in witness protection right now.
Woolen, never heard of him.
We would have.
We would have known a lot about him.
We're not going to hear of him anymore, but we would have heard of him for years to come. Remember Woolen's taunting penalty? That would have been. That would have been. By the way, Budweiser's got their first Super Bowl commercial. Came out today. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Get some tissue. That's all I can tell you. It's Clydesdale teaching a bird how to fly. Oh my God.
Real tearjerker.
Yeah.
And you know, John, the place we go has those $2 canned Bud Lights, and we drink Bud Light because you know what?
$2 is $2. All right, Louisville's football, 384-1450 if you'd like to join in on the conversation. That's the M&M Cartage Hotline, 384-1450. Gameday Men's Health text line, 414-1450. He probably doesn't know this is his job, but Matt, text line, anybody?
Yes, Buzz has texted in.
Right.
He says, if this year's freshman class had come along 6 years ago, how many would have gone to UK? What a difference NIL and infinite eligibility make.
You know what?
Man, that's a great
You know what? Good call. Good call. Who knows?
Cal would have been pushing
Cal
them.
would still be there if Cal was still there, obviously. Well, they don't go to Arkansas now, right? Because after St. Peter's and Oakland, we're tired. He's got to go.
Yeah, it's hard to lose the Raiders, isn't it?
Hard to lose to the Oakland Raiders. All right, Louisville football schedule comes out yesterday.
Yep, was looking at it.
They've got one game that is a easy one, and that's Villanova. I don't think Ed Pinckney's coming through that door. That is going to be Friday the 11th of September. They will open with Ole Miss in Nashville. It will either be the 5th or the 6th. That is Labor Day weekend. So it'll either be, I guess that's Saturday or Sunday or Monday. No, Saturday or Sunday. Ole Miss in Nashville, without Lane Kiffin, by the way. SMU will be the first home game, conference home game, on the 19th, then a home game against Wake Forest. At NC State is the first true road game, and that's not till October 3rd. They have Florida State at home, Stanford at home, Pitt at home to finish out the regular season home slate. Road games are at Syracuse, at Georgia Tech, at North Carolina, and then they finish the season, as always, at Kentucky. The Cards have just two. If you're a weather person, the Cards have just 2 home games after October 17th.
I was looking at that. How do you
Stanford and Pitt.
From giving an A, B, C? I mean, as a fan, what do you give that schedule?
Well, there's no Clemson, there's no Miami. So
You got SMU.
win-win right there, right? You do have to go face Bill Belichick and Bobby Petrino, remember, down at North Carolina on November 14th.
But the home schedule.
Home schedule, in other words, do I want season tickets? Do I want to pay for season tickets? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As a fan,
Villanova-
and you don't have tickets, and you
Villanova, SMU, Wake Forest, Florida State, okay, Stanford, and Pitt. Yeah.
It's not
Matt,
fair.
you're a fan. Does that excite you?
I mean, Pitt looked really good at the end of the season this year. They've looked better every year. So, no, that doesn't
not
really excite me.
exciting.
Florida State looks like they're never going to be anything.
Probably the best team on the schedule.
Yeah, but like Matt's saying, they don't move the needle anymore.
But they're the biggest draw on the home schedule.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have Clemson, Notre Dame.
No.
It would, for me, it would depend on if you bought season tickets and then they started the year beating Ole Miss
Yes.
and SMU, then it's totally worth.
To
going
me,
to the
SMU
game.
is the best home game. The best home game is SMU, in my opinion.
But if you start 0-2, then it's like, oh yeah, that's chalked.
Well, if you lose to Ole Miss and you've got season tickets, you're probably going, what am I doing? Why did I spend the money?
Yeah, but Ole Miss. Only we saw what Ole Miss was this year. So
Yeah, they're
I mean,
a playoff team.
So if you lose to Ole Miss,
That's if Pete Golding doesn't get arrested
Uh-oh.
or indicted by the
I
NCAA.
don't know what that means.
You didn't see the Clemson stuff with Devin
Dude,
Sweeney?
I've been in Jacksonville with Bellarmine for a week. I have no idea.
I forgot what the player's name was. But he was
Oh,
playing
yeah,
for
yeah,
Cal,
yeah, yeah,
And he
I
was
did.
tampering, and they're suing Pete Golding and Ole Miss now.
Well, Clemson,
Dabo,
Dabo just – I've never liked Dabo, first
he's
of all.
holier than thou.
He is. He thinks he's better than everybody else. But the problem I have with what Dabo is doing here, and I understand he's frustrated. Ole Miss is texting his player, calling his player while the player's in class. I get it. But if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
But isn't that tampering?
Sure, it's tampering.
So that's cheating.
Absolutely.
You don't think the other schools are doing
I'm not
that?
saying they're not doing it, but this is, every
Clemson may be the only school that's not doing it.
this is would have been a big question for me throughout the whole transfer portal and NIL stuff is like, do we not talk about tampering anymore? They used to be
do
a
not.
really big deal.
There's not any rules anymore.
NCAA is not going to come
They
down
can't.
on anybody. They can't. That's why
They
a lot of these chancellors want the Congress to get involved. The other thing is the quarterback from Duke. Today he settled. He settled with Duke today, and now he's in the portal. So I'm going to guess
You had to give them.
he had to give him some money, cancel the contract and give him some money back. But they came to an agreement today. This is the world we live in now. You got quarterbacks who sign a contract, and then another school comes along and offers them more. So now they want to get out of that contract. And the school's only repercussion now is to sue them and say, no, you're not going anywhere.
Well, my guy talked to him, but we didn't.
No, I didn't talk to anybody. Nobody talks to anybody, Matt. It's always behind, a third party.
He really doesn't have anything to do with us. He's a
Ole Miss,
such and
Ole
such.
Miss didn't text this kid. Somebody else
hell
texted them,
no.
and they were not a representative of Ole Miss, but they did know what Ole Miss would happen to pay this kid. That's all.
Did you guys get to watch or go back and get to watch Dabu in his press conference where he was going over all the text messages and everything?
No, I did not.
You guys need to watch that. It's actually he basically he goes word for word, reads all the text messages between the player and
I
Ole
kinda
Miss,
like that.
and at the very end, it's just the player basically coming back saying, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm going to Ole Miss now," and it's like, what the hell is going on?
It is just the Wild Wild West. I mean, till they
Nobody hates the portal more than Dabo Sweeney.
Don't you? You watched it. Will Hankey, our guy, did the game with me at night. Did a podcast.
By the way, what a finish for St. XML. It was all over the internet. Josh Lindsay was number 4 on SportsCenter. That dunked over Jordan Mitchell. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, and he interviewed Jay Billis, and he talked about all that, and he was an attorney, and it was a great to listen to him explain.
Jay's got a different perspective.
Yeah, till they can,
Jay's perspective is if this is good for the players, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, the good point he did make is guys that go to these smaller schools get an opportunity to move up and play for these. People talk about getting players, but it also is an opportunity for guys that didn't get the opportunity. So, and the coaches make millions and millions and millions, and they leave. It's just there's no rules. You can do whatever you want.
But here's what's, in my opinion, this is what's going to make the smaller conferences better, but hurt them more. High school kids who are not 5 stars are not getting recruited because it's easier to go get an established kid out of a smaller program. So these programs like, I'm just throwing the A-Sun in there because you see it all the time. We had a kid go to Tennessee last year. Remember that? Got a kid in Florida right now. They poach the A-Sun or the Mid-East Atlantic Conference, whatever these small conferences are. They get poached, but then they, on the other hand, get these better freshmen in.
Would they get a kid from Purdue too? That's one of their better players.
They did, yes.
That really wasn't going to play at Purdue. So what did he do? He stepped down.
But a 3-star or a 4-star that would normally sign with a Power 5 school has no offers because the Power 5 schools are now getting or transfer portal kids, and there's not room. So maybe the 4-star goes to Bellarmine or Austin Peay or North Florida and is great. The problem is when he's great, now he's going to get poached.
Yep. And here's the other thing, and I was talking to an ex-player.
And I don't know if it's good or bad, to be honest.
I was talking to an ex-Bellarmine player, and I was asking him these questions, and he said what they need to do are get more local kids and kids that are closer where it's going to help your attendance.
Yeah.
If they want to be close to home, you won't have to pay them much or pay them. But then if they're good, you're going to lose them. But at least you're going to get them into your program instead of a guy from North Dakota that comes in and there's no backing and stuff. There's certain ways you have to play around the game.
It's not our world.
No, that's old guys.
It's not us old guys' world. Matt's probably all fired up about it.
He could be a general manager because he's into all of it.
He knows
I think we generally need to just enact transfer fees, like how European soccer does it, where if you want to poach a player from another team, you got to pay that team a direct fee as well. As well as the salary of the player.
And the fee can be based on what you're going to pay that player.
Exactly. So if you're going to poach one of those players from the A-Sun or the Big East or wherever you want to take them from, you're not destroying that program by taking their best player. You're giving them their NIL back.
Yep. I like that. And Jay Billis kind of talked about that too.
Yeah.
But you have to have some type of recourse to take these kids.
Yeah, I agree. All right. The rich keep getting richer. That's just the way it is.
Oh, what?
You're welcome, Tony. We'll take a break, come back. Birthday's coming up, and what happened over the weekend in college basketball since we weren't here yesterday. We'll talk about all that and more. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage. Big X. Welcome back. Woo! Speakers on Sports presented by M&M Cartage. John, Tony, and Matt. Final segment on this Tuesday. M&M Cartage hotline is closed.
Shut it down.
Here you go, Matt. Game Day Men's Health text line still open, 414-1450. Matt is manning the Game Day Men's Health text line. Any new one?
Yeah, we got two more. Buzz texted in again, said place kickers are called on from midfield in, but not for the chip shot. Good grief. Take the points, especially in the playoffs.
That hit the nail on the head.
You kick a 55-yarder, but we're not taking this 38-yarder.
We're not giving them field position, but
that's right.
We'll give them the ball.
I also heard when they were talking after the game that apparently Sean Payton changed the play call in that play 2 or 3 times. It was supposed to be a run, then it was a pass, and then he was like, maybe you do a play action, and then went to the pass play.
That's a good time to go to the field goal when you don't
know which one you want to call.
Normally, you have one play that you're going to call.
The other texter says, I buy season tickets to have fun with family and friends. Starting 0-2 would suck, but it would not change my opinion on buying season tickets.
I can have a lot of fun with family and friends and a lot cheaper in front of my big screen TV and my man cave. They can all come over and watch the games with me.
Yeah, but if you're a tailgater
I love tailgating.
The event,
you're a big tailgater.
Oh, yeah.
I
go out there when I have, not going to the game sometimes and walk the parking lot. And I will say this.
That's a lot cheaper.
I was very disappointed at the end of last year with the tailgating, the people up close. I went to a couple games, and I had to walk all the way to the back of the parking lot 2 hours before the game to see the crowd. And if you're going to support the team, show up early, get into the game, and pull for it. And I know it's an event, but I was disappointed in Louisville fans at the end of last year.
That's just how they are.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of those fan bases that they get in the middle of the first quarter. If the game is really good, it gets filled out. If it starts slow, then they just text their friends and say, well, it's not a good game. Might as well go home.
And then when they go down under at halftime,
a lot of them don't come back.
It takes till the middle of the third quarter, even in a good game, to get back in their seat.
You also get the party deck issue, which is a whole nother.
Yeah, the flight deck over there.
That's not the flight deck. That's the party deck. The flight deck, nobody's up there.
Yeah, that's the seats.
I've seen stewardesses go by the
party deck is 20 deep.
Yeah,
I mean it's a party deck. They don't know there's a game going on, right?
I understand the whole. It's a common area for if you don't have to go all the way down to the concourse kind of thing. I get that. But if you're going to set it up in a situation where it's so open you can just stand up there, either just charge admission for it. It doesn't have to be crazy.
Right.
$10, $15, that's going to inconvenience enough people they're not going to go.
Purdue, when we were at Purdue, they have an area like that.
Yes.
But you can't get in it.
You can't get in unless you have a wristband. Yeah. And you have to pay for the wristband. Absolutely.
Or just close it.
All right, let's do birthdays.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were going to be that fast.
Well, he's no Scooter.
Nobody is.
Fired that thing off so fast.
That's what I do. That's the goal, to make you miss.
Scared me.
Swing and a miss. Oh. Alan Cumming is 61 today. Spy Kids. Did you see Spy Kids? Or are you too young for that?
I saw Spy Kids, yeah.
Yeah, Alan Cumming. He was. He's in he does a show called The Traitors now. Traitors.
I have not seen it.
Where he's the host and people turn on each other. It's brutal.
Oh, is he the antagonist?
Guy.
I think.
Yes.
Yes. I remember him.
Boy, what a concept!
James Cromwell, 86. He was the old man in the Pig movie. What was the Pig movie? Babe.
Yeah.
Right. He's the old man in Babe.
That Pig movie.
He was in a bunch of stuff.
That's not the movie I thought you were talking about.
No.
There's 2 of them.
Babe 2, Pig in the City. Right?
Am
I wrong on that?
No, you're right. I've seen this movie before when I was a little kid.
Oh, my goodness.
Bridget Fonda. We don't have a scooter meter here today, but
it's
a Matt meter, I guess.
I got to look her up. Hold on.
Bridget Fonda is our age today, Tony. She's 62. Part of the big Fonda family, but she was in the one where the babysitter that was evil.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't called Babysitter. It was called, I don't know. But Bridget Fonda.
Back then, she's a 4.5.
See, he's much easier on these ladies than Scooter is. 4.5.
Scoot through a 1.5 and a 2 on people.
Crazy.
We were going 4.
Patton Oswalt, 57 today, stand-up comedian, funny actor as well. Here's former Mrs. Tom Cruise. You don't know which one I'm going with here.
The dark-haired one.
Mimi Rogers is 70 today. Mimi Rogers, Matthew. She's an actress, been in a bunch of stuff, but she's best known as Tom Cruise's, I think, first wife.
Let's say she's a 3.
She's a what?
She's a 3.
She's a 3.
I didn't know what he said either. I was like,
All right, Donna Reed, born in 1921. She was in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, which I watch every Christmas. Donna Reed, and please, Matt, go back in the day.
I'm looking at very back in the day.
Okay,
apparently.
it's probably black and white pictures.
Yes.
It's probably best you're going to get.
She's probably back then very conventionally attractive, but for me personally, I'll give her a 3. I'll give her 3.5 maybe.
All right, that's not bad.
Back then, she was probably like
Tony, Donna Reed?
she was probably the picture I'm looking at about a 4.5 back in the day.
Back
but,
then,
but
yeah.
Matt's right. The black and white and the hair and everything.
That's the way the hair was
It's
back
hard to go, but I'm looking at
It
one
took them
picture.
6 hours to get their hair ready.
I'm looking at one picture that would have put her up high.
Mikhail Baryshnikov.
I'm not.
how do you spell that?
That's a guy.
That's a
You're
guy.
not
Oh,
worried
okay.
about it.
He was about
He was a Russian
ballet.
defector ballet guy.
What's the movie with
Gregory
Hines?
I can't remember the name of it.
Oh.
I should have done my homework here.
Man, that's a great
White
movie.
Knights.
White Knight.
White Knights. Mikhail Baryshnikov, 78.
An actor and a person
More
that
of
was
a-
very highly thought of
Yes.
in the world.
And back then he was Soviet. So when he defected, it was a big
It
deal.
was a real big deal.
Howard McNear. Tony, do you have any idea who Howard McNear is?
Should I?
No. Well, yes. He was born in 1905.
Oh, he's old.
He was Floyd the Barber.
Floyd the Barber on Andy Griffith.
Griffith Show. Floyd the Barber.
Love Floyd.
Yeah. Mozart. Amadeus Mozart.
Is he still alive?
No, 1756. He died in 1791. He didn't last long. 35 years. Former, I shouldn't say former, country singer Tracy Lawrence.
He's still a-
Alibis and
He's,
flying.
he's still a country
He's
singer.
58. Here's one for you, Matthew. Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund? What is
She was in Gone Girl. She was the wife in Gone Girl who disappeared. And she was in Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who she is.
Rosamund Pike is 47 today.
Hey, she's only 47.
And I think she's
two and
a-
a half.
And she loses half point because she's a terrible actress.
Some of the pictures are bad, and a couple of them are really good.
She got like too strong of a jaw.
She's got too strong something.
And
I know that.
And that sounds like Scooter. Matt's been around
That
here
sounds
too
like
long.
Scooter,
That
man.
sounds like Scooter.
You know, there's something wrong with her
Her
left
jaw.
elbow. What? Kadarius Toney is 27 as we get to the sports portion of the birthdays. Who is Kadarius? Is he still a Giant? He got traded by the Giants. He was a
is he not on the Chiefs?
Chief for a while, right?
Yeah, that's who he's with, isn't it?
Kadarius
Oh,
Toney
he's
is-
on the Browns. He's on the
I thought
Browns.
the
Oh, that's
Chiefs
why
let him go.
nobody knows. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Buzz.
Wide receiver for the Vikings, Jordan Addison,
If he can stay out of jail.
24 today.
Didn't he finish the season with another suspension or issue
Yeah, I
again?
think so. Yeah,
Yeah, but if you can play, you can.
he's a
you
good player.
Chris Collinsworth, Sunday Night Football, is 67, former Bengal, former Florida Gator. 67 today.
You like him on the games?
I do. I think he does a great
I think he does.
I can't stand him.
Former.
I can't stand him.
All right.
I just,
Different
I,
agenda.
I have to listen to Patrick talk about Patrick Mahomes any more than I already have to. Chris Collinsworth will basically send me over that limit for the whole week.
Well, the problem is Zach Collinsworth hosts the show too, so you got to listen to that voice like from 7
They do
o'clock till
sound
the
a lot
game's
alike.
over.
Yeah, their voices are.
Fred Taylor, former Jacksonville running back, is 50 today.
He was good.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Fred Taylor in the Hall of
Nah.
Fame?
Florida Gator, but
He's a Hall of very good. I know that.
He's good.
And finally, Brian Reynolds, Pittsburgh Pirate outfielder, 31 today. Those are your birthdays. And we don't have any outro.
Man, my
Don't worry
birthdays
about
were
that.
terrible again.
What caught your eye in college basketball this weekend, Tony?
This weekend,
How about, last night, Arizona.
yeah, we got to talk about that game.
Arizona beats BYU in Provo.
Had them put away.
They were up 21 at one point, but I texted Tony at one point and said, Arizona's getting screwed here. Because all of a sudden in the last 45 seconds, they couldn't get a foul called against BYU. And it certainly appeared that the officials were listening to the crowd more than they were watching the game.
Our texter had said, here's Sean, Arizona getting screwed. Agreed. Refs like Cougars, too.
Yeah, refs like Cougars too. Just like
they were
USC.
calling the second thing that happened.
Yeah,
on that
Arizona
play.
would get fouled, and then when they fouled back, they'd call the foul on Arizona.
On the inbounds play.
Or they get fouled, then it was a held ball. But they got fouled
Got
first.
grabbed, and then they held.
Arizona did get a block shot late in the game to seal the victory. They win at 86-83. The Wildcats tie their best start ever at 21-0.
So when you weren't here, John, Scooter and I talked about Arizona.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to see their guards. I haven't seen
Braden
enough.
Burris.
And then
Whew.
I watched the last game. I watched the game last week, and I watched last night. Those two guards are really good. Burris is a freshman.
He had 29 last
Of course,
night.
Pete is a freshman. The foreign guy who was really good, he's a freshman. And the other guard, what's the other guard that's been there?
Bradley.
Bradley. Bradley had 25 or
26.
something, didn't he?
Yeah, he had
So,
26.
More I watch Arizona, the better they look to me. And I know BYU came back. DeBonsa.
He had his worst shooting performance as a Cougar. He was 6 for 24 last night, 1 of 8 from three-point range. He still got to the free throw line 16 times and finished with 24 points, but he did not shoot it well.
Got to remember, he's 6'9", and he puts the ball on the floor.
He's really good.
Arizona has I want to say 7 guys. Yeah, 7 guys that average 8 points or more. And that Awaka, he came in and got 2 fouls. He's a beast under the basket. That's a big dude. Did you hear the story on him? He's from New York, and he went to Cardinals or something up there. It was 2 hours to get there. He went every day, 2 hours to go to school. I guess it paid off.
You think somebody picked him up and brought him to school every day?
They said it took him 2 hours to get there.
I mentioned the six-pack was terrible over the weekend, 1-6. The only win was Texas over Georgia. They beat the Bulldogs 87-67 down in where's Texas at? Austin.
Austin, middle of the state.
Georgia falls to 16-4. The Cats win over Ole Miss. You watched it. Impressive, unimpressive, blah. What was it?
Kentucky's doing what they got to do. I mean,
They won 5 straight.
yeah, they don't look that
Schedule
good when
gets
you
tougher
watch
now.
them, but they have found ways to get better. I think a lot of it has to do with guys like Jasper Johnson and Chandler and guys like that. Yelovich, they don't need them to be superstars, but they need them to contribute because Aberdeen,
Everybody
and
has
Owe,
to contribute.
are doing a pretty good job. And I liked what somebody said. Sometimes when Moreno goes out of the game, why don't you play Yelovich at the 5 instead of playing
I
Garrison?
know a lot of people are just fed up with Brandon Garrison.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. But they won 5 straight. You got at Vandy and at Arkansas, so split those 2, and I think you're pretty happy, right?
Yep.
Is that fair?
I think
Kentucky's a 6.5-point underdog tonight at Vanderbilt. Indiana hammered Rutgers on the road Friday night, 82-59. Now the Hoosiers host Purdue. Indiana 4-5 in league play as well here. So like I said earlier, they would love an upset win over the Boilermakers. Purdue is 5.5 tonight. Purdue coming off that loss at home against Illinois, so they're probably pretty angry coming in.
You were asking me about games over the weekend. Houston and Texas Tech.
What a game.
Boy, what a game that was.
I did get to see a lot of that one. Texas Tech wins it
90-86.
All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow as long as there's no more snow or ice. Thanks for listening. Matt Dennison is next. Spears on Sports presented by M&M Cartage. Big X.